where do I even start with this team? I mean, this circus, this clown show, whatever you want to call it. Once again, we've gotten to a point in the season where we are a laughingstock, a joke in the NFL. And I came into this not knowing what I was going to fully talk about. I knew I was going to give my picks for the Houston game. But since the Atlanta game, I'm thinking, maybe I'll go back and talk about some of my, miserable times being a Jets fan over the past 40 years. Which time am I going to talk about? What am I going to reminisce to bring back even more misery? And then the Jets jet again and make this team a joke. And this whole week, boom, I have plenty to talk about. And I will talk about it. I'm going to give you my pick for the game versus Houston, but I'm going to talk about the Zach bullshit. I'm going to talk about the Beningo Salah bullshit. And and Tim Boyle got cut. I mean, who didn't see that coming eventually? I mean, why did they even have him on the team? Give him 2 starts, he's cut. Zach Wilson, you give 30-something starts, you bench him 4 times, he has twice as many turnovers as touchdowns, and he's starting again. I mean, this has become just a clown show, and it's frustrating. And this show, Why I Hate the Jets, I mean, if you haven't watched any show of Why I Hate the Jets up until this point, just look at the last week, and you'll know, if you're not a Jets fan, why I hate the goddamn Jets. Where to start? Let's just start with Zach. I 100% believe the rumors that came out that Zach was reluctant to play or to start for the Jets again. And you know what? I tried so goddamn hard to like Zach. Even on this show in my early episodes, even when I called in and talked to Jake Asman, I kept saying, I want to believe in this kid. I keep seeing these glimpses, and I'm not a Zach truther. Absolutely not. The kid friggin' sucks. But I'm also not a hater of a guy who's going out there putting a Jets helmet on. And there's little glimpses where you're like, come on, Zach. And you're really rooting for the kid. But I just can't. I just can't anymore. Like, I was even rooting for this kid because I knew he wasn't going to be back next year. I was even rooting for this kid going forward. As long as he's not playing for the Dolphins, Patriots, or Bills, I was willing to root for him going somewhere else and doing what Geno Smith did. Maybe 6, 7, 8 years, he comes out and he has a great year or two. I had no ill will towards Zach. He tried. He's just bad. But now this rumor comes out that he doesn't want to get hurt and he's reluctant to play. And other people have said it, and I'll say it. If I went to my boss and told them, hey, I'm reluctant to work today. I'm afraid I might throw out my back. I'm afraid I might hurt my knee. You know where I'd be? On the fucking unemployment line. And that's just embarrassing for Zach. Zach ruined Zach at this point. He has been given more than enough opportunity, more than enough chances. His glimmers of hope have been 1 in 50. And that I feel like that's being nice. But now I'm not. Now, I mean, look, I'm going to root for him as he puts on a helmet and starts for the Jets. And now what am I going to do? What am I going to do with my Trevor Siemian jersey? I was looking forward to wearing this week. But now I've been waiting since week 4 to wear my Trevor Siemian jersey. And now I can't because Zach's starting. Again. Given his 100th opportunity with this team. And you know what? They're professional football players, so this shouldn't happen. But when has NFL players always been professional? When have NFL players not been crybabies? And I'm not just talking about Zach. I'm talking about players across the league and things they do, petty things. What's to stop an offensive lineman from looking at that kid and being like, you little shit, and just letting somebody go by and crush him? You don't want to get hurt? You're getting fucking hurt. Now, I think the Jets are more professional than that. I hope the Jets are more professional than that. I don't want Zach getting hurt. But there have been so many instances of pettiness throughout this league, throughout the years, where if it happened and we see a replay where someone just gave up and let a guy go through, would it surprise me in the NFL? In this circus team? No. I don't want that to happen. I don't want Zach to get hurt. I'm going to be rooting for Zach, but I can't wait for this season to be over. I can't wait for that kid to just move the hell on so I don't have to see him again. And then after this shit, I'm not even rooting for him anymore. People said he was a little rich, silver spoon, whatever. Yeah, maybe he is. Maybe he is. I'm done. I'm done with you, Zach. I'm sorry. I'll root for you the next 4 or 5 games, unless they pull you again, which that's not out of the realm of possibility. But hey, look, that was you ruined yourself on that one there, bud. Like that's bad. Moving on, the Joe Beningo, Robert Salah circus. We just keep calling it circus, clown show, embarrassment. And a lot of people are attacking Joe Beningo. And I'm sorry, I'm a huge fan of Green Bean and Ryan and Matt. And I like listening to the Fan and ESPN Radio. Boomer and Gio just destroyed him. But I'm taking Beningo's side. Look at it like this, right? Here's a reporter, not a reporter, a radio guy who has been a fan of the team forever. And his bread and butter is going on the radio and ranting and raving and talking about the Jets and whatever. And Robert Salah thinks it's a good idea to talk back and forth with Joe Beningo, thinking, Joe's not going to say anything. Joe's not going to screw up and say something he shouldn't say. Joe's not going to misunderstand and say, let's really think about this. This isn't Beningo's fault. Beningo's a fan who has the head coach of the team he loves, who he can text back and forth with. I would love that. I'm sure any of the other Jets content creators would love to be able to talk to Robert Salah on a daily basis or weekly basis. Are we going to come out and say what we're talking about? Probably not. But would we slip maybe? Would we be so overly excited to let something go, or in the moment that we let something slip? Maybe. And that's what Beningo did. He misunderstood. He slipped. He's just a radio guy. He's just a radio guy. The moron here, the idiot here, is Robert Salah, the head coach of a football team, texting back and forth with a guy on the radio. Like I said, that'd be like him texting back and forth with me. Why would he do that? I'll tell you why he wouldn't do that, because I would come on here and be like, especially the way that they've been performing this year. What do I care? What loyalty do I have at this point to Joe Douglas or Robert Salah or Nathaniel Hackett and that coaching team? That general manager. I'm also actually going to defend the reporter lady or the guy who put out the report on Zach Wilson. I see people being like, oh, they put it out knowing it was going to ruin Zach and this, that, and the other thing. That's their job. It's their job. They're not going to sit on something like that. If they get wind of something like that, it's their job to put it out there. It's their job. Just like it's Zach's job to get on the fucking field and play when he's asked. She did nothing wrong. Beningo did nothing wrong. You may disagree with me. Tell me down in the comments, and we can talk about it. I also want to thank all of you. I want to thank everybody who's gone down and subscribed. Please subscribe. I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers in the next 2-3 weeks. That'd be nice. Then I open up all the little perks that you get on YouTube with 1,000 subscribers. I'll have the watch hours. I'll have, whatever else. So please help me out. Go down below and subscribe. And thank you. Thank you so much for watching all my videos, my reactions after every game, me being a crazy lunatic, as I always say. I appreciate that. I really, really do, to all of you. So, go down, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. That's how more people see my video. It costs you nothing to just go down and hit the thumbs up. So please do so. Finally, my picks for this week, the New York Jets against the Houston Texans. Let's check it out. I'm picking the Houston Texans to win this game. Surprise, surprise. By a score. The Houston Texans 16 and the New York Jets 6. All right? 16-6. I don't have much faith in Zach coming back. I question why Robert Salah would put him out there after what he said, because he said it. It's really hard to try to deny that Zach Wilson said that, with multiple sources and Robert Salah and Aaron Rodgers really not denying that he said it and more being upset about the leak. 16-6, Houston over the Jets. That's my pick. I will be back with my reaction after the game. I know a lot of you look forward to it. I look forward to it in a way, but then also it sends my heart rate through the roof, and I get all crazy and all that stuff. But thank you again for watching. Subscribe, like, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, here on YouTube, at Midnight Mike Show. That's spelled MIDNITE Mike Show. And I can't wait to see you next time.